We are live in Missouri in the heartland. A 10-month-old baby girl goes missing from her own home. Back to CNN correspondent Ed Lavandera. Ed, what more can you tell us?
Well, you know, it was interesting to watch. You've been talking to Rebecca there, and we just left the grocery store that's less than a mile away from where we are here. And I thought it was interesting, and we looked at all of the surveillance tape that they have. They were in that store for about 6 minutes, and this is about 5.5 hours before, according to what police have told us, that Deborah had put baby Lisa down to sleep at about 10:30. The demeanor was very calm. They were in that store for about 6 minutes. Rebecca talked about how it was very casual. Everything seemed normal. In fact, in the very last clip that you see when you watch Deborah and that man walking out of the grocery store, she seemed to have a smile on her face. So any kind of sign of any kind of trouble, you don't really see it in that video.
Well, I've got a question, Ed Lavandera. When she was at the grocery store buying wine with this guy, where was the baby?
You know what? I asked Rebecca that question because Rebecca talked about she's worked at that store for about 2 years and said that it was very common. A lot of times she'd see Deborah come in with the children. A lot of times she'd come in to the store without the children. They always kind of made a point of talking about them and that sort of thing. And I asked Rebecca that. Did you ask where the children were that day? You know, why no kids? And she didn't. So we don't really have an answer to that at that point. But I was one of the first questions that I thought about when I saw the video.
Hey, Ed, who else was in the home at the time the baby went missing? I know the mom was there. I know the father was at work.
Right. Mom has another son from another relationship, an older son, and the father, Jeremy, also has a son from another relationship. So my understanding is both of those boys, they're under the age of, I think, 6 and 8. They're both under the age of 10. They were at home as well. One officer had told me that they had been watching a movie in the same room together and perhaps had fallen asleep in that room together. But those two boys were definitely home.
And Ed, what can you tell me about the neighborhood? It's a residential community, but what more can you tell me?
You know, it's interesting. We've spent a lot of time clearly over here over the more than a week that we've been in this neighborhood. You know, it's a working class neighborhood. It was interesting. Somebody made a comment that someone was looking for a handyman, and one neighbor had told us, is like that. You know, there's a handyman on every corner here. So it's definitely, you know, a working class neighborhood. They all seem to know each other, very friendly.